first of all, Barrington Area Chamber of Commerce, the Women's BizNet, and sponsors for hosting us today, putting this together. It's really an honor. I'm pleased to be honored with the other three women who are honored here today as well, and all of you who have achieved this award. It just goes to show what strength we have in this community. Men, of course, but the women especially. I am the seventh of 8 children. There were 5 boys and 3 girls, and I'm the middle girl. And if any of you are middle children or have middle children, you know how they operate. And mostly, if they stay quiet, you can watch and learn. And I had lots of people to watch and learn from. My father and mother were very active community participants, and so I learned community engagement and giving back to the community from them. My father was an attorney, my grandfathers were attorneys, 2 of my brothers are attorneys, my uncles are attorneys. Guess what? I went to law school. And, you know, I think at some point in your life you figure out you need a set of ideals or values or some way to operate in your life, and that just made sense to me. But also, growing up in the 70s, and some of you are in that age group, conservation became really important. People really understood what it meant, and it resonated with me. And also being active in the community, which I have always done. So when the time came, I was on the village board at Tower Lakes, which I love. And by the way, I'd like to say my husband, my daughter are here. Three of my good friends from Tower Lakes are here. Several of our Citizens for Conservation board members are here as well. And we just have wonderful support in our community and more broadly in the Barrington area. Anyway, so I finished with the village, and Patty Barton, the troublemaker, knew I wanted to be doing something. At the time, she was on the Citizens for Conservation board, and said, gee, do you want to be on the board? And I said, I'd love to. I'd love to do something that's not political. This would be great. I'd love it. And so then the next call I got was, do you want to be the president of the board? And I said, what are you talking about? I don't know, a weed from a rose, let alone be on the board of this wonderful organization. And it turns out they didn't really care if I knew. They knew I would learn those things well along the way. But we've managed to do some really good work in the past several years, especially when it was really uncertain what was going to happen with the untimely death of Tom Vanderpool, who really took CFC on his shoulders and carried it. But Patty and some others who are here were part of figuring out how to reorganize the board. And they invited me in. I haven't screwed it up too much so far. But we've reduced the size of the board, we've gotten a little more focused, we've done strategic planning. We were really humming along when all of a sudden, this opportunity that Ginger Underwood brought to us came along. And, gee, do you want to buy the Hillendale South Farm? So, we had 400 acres or so. We were doing really well. We were really happy with our progress and what we were doing. And so after a couple of conversations, we said, yeah, let's do it. Let's figure this out. And so Peggy and Judy and Patty and Ginger and a few others, we just kind of figured it out. And lo and behold, within, I don't remember how many months, we raised $10 million, which we used to acquire the property, do some initial restoration, and put together a real nice nest egg for that property. So we're really proud of that. But we couldn't have done it without working with Kim and her family, Kim and Jess, who were absolutely wonderful, with all of the donors and the supporters and the neighbors of their property who were really happy that we were willing to and could take this on. It still feels big, but it's beautiful, and I don't know if you've had a to drive by. We've done some initial work, and the thing you can see the most is that the pasture fencing is down. And it really looks lovely, so drive by, give it a wave. But, you know, none of this is done alone. Our whole board did it, our community of donors and members and volunteers have done it. We got so much support from the greater Barrington community, from all of our partners that we work with. And I accept this award on behalf of all of those folks. So thank you very much.